right, good evening, everybody. Baseball After Dark is here, 9 o'clock, and the Dodgers are actually in a little bit of trouble as we speak. Trying an in, 2 runners on, no outs, tying run at the plate at the bank. So we got a couple things going on. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. This is the first game, believe it or not. The Cubs and the Brewers are just starting off at 9 o'clock Eastern, so that's 8 o'clock Central. Interesting game time. I guess they're really trying to do the Dodgers a favor and send them home at a reasonable hour instead of keeping them up until 1 a.m. before having to go back to LA. But I don't know. It could be a happy flight, but they're going to need some good pitching here. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, trying it in there. Castellanos is up at the plate. This is how we got here. Blake Snell, 6 innings, 1 hit, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, 99 pitches. So he only goes 6 because of the 4 walks and a large pitch count, but he was filthy in this game. He was a big part of the story for sure. Trying an 0-2 to Castellanos over there. And then Sheehan looked really good as well. Throwing some crazy challenge heaters to some fastball hitters, making them look like they haven't seen a heater like that before. And then on the other side, Luzardo was also quietly very good. He did give up 2 runs at the end of his outing. Ooh, Castellanos check swing. No go. Kerkering, though, got touched up a little bit, and that's where we're at. So Phillies have fired all their dudes. Duran's already pitched. This is a must-win, but they're in a dire situation, down 3 in the 9th. No Sasaki. They go right to Treinen here. They have Vesia warming in the pen, so that's an interesting dynamic. Oh, wow. Castellanos reaches out and gets a hit. 2 runs are going to score. If he gets the second, that's huge. Ooh, it's really close. Oh, my God. Holy cow. Quick question in the chat here from Evan. Do you think Sasaki could be a long-term reliever? I mean, yeah, certainly. But they'll try to get more out of him. They'll try to get more value out of him, obviously starting if they think that's something he can do. But yeah, I mean, he's immediately suitable for the bullpen. 100 miles an hour and forkball, so that'll work. Good question. Man, Phillies are putting on a good battle here. I want to see what's going to happen on this call at second. This was awfully close. I think he's safe. I don't think that Edman got the tag down on him. I think it was a really good tag. Good evening, Jaden. Thanks for everybody hanging with me. I hope you guys had a good time today. If you were here at all or watched any of the stuff with Trevor May, he was great. That was really fun. We need to do more of that. Quick question here from Jaden while I watch this challenge. I think Castellanos is going to be safe. Man on second, no outs. Do you think Yankees are cooked? Not necessarily. They have a path to this thing, right? Rodon, Schlittler, get it back to Toronto, get a little mojo. If they have to see Trey Savage again, maybe they have a little better shot. Of getting used to that angle and everything, making better decisions. They're going to face some pitchers they can hit here. Bieber has been really good, but Yankees have gotten to him in the past. Judge has seen him well, I believe. So I could see them getting to Bieber. And then game 4, Yankees should have the pitching advantage. Schlittler out there, although he did get hit by the Blue Jays. So it's all game to game, but there's a chance. Yeah, and Fried back in Toronto again. That is tough. It's a good comment here by Jaden. You never know, though. He's one of the best pitchers in the world. He could turn it around. Now he's got information a little bit, on them as well, what they hit off of him. I don't know. The Yankees will piece it together if they're lucky enough to get to this point. Yeah, this is a crazy situation for LA, and I'm really wondering why Treinen went in this game. He really scuffled down the stretch. I know you're going to need him, but I would have used him more in a. I don't know. You got an off day tomorrow? He's safe. Call stands. So they're in big trouble. Tying run at second, no outs. Who's coming up? It's going to be, looks like Stott pinch hit for Sosa earlier, so it should be Bryson Stott, Marsh, and then Otto Kemp. They need 1 hit here to tie this thing up. Anything more than that, they're going to be in position to win. So this has been pretty crazy. We'll go over to the game right now. We're not going to be able to see a whole lot. Treinen just got the exit. But here's the 3 hits that open it up. You're just going to get it from the center field cam, but you get an idea. Bohm stays inside a sinker, dribbles it up the middle. And I know how Treinen feels here. You can see the reaction on his face here. Watch Treinen, a little bit like, ugh, ground ball. And it's got to go through the damn infield. And when you're struggling as a sinker baller, you definitely You definitely feel that way sometimes. You're like, can they just hit it out of fielder one time? I mean, it was 97.3 with 20 inches of run, for crying out loud. It's a pretty good pitch. Hit at 93, which is not that hard for a ground ball. So I feel trying in a little bit on this one. And then, sorry, I tried to go broadcast. And then JT's going to get a hit on a four-seam. So they're trying things that he doesn't usually try here. That's a four-seam up out of Trinan. 15 vert, not bad for a pitcher with his other stuff, but yeah, 95-2. I don't know. What else did he throw him in this inning? Did he throw him any fours before that? Yeah, sinker. Let's watch this whole at bat. Sinker, chopped foul. So he's on top of the sinker. Sinker and ball. Four seam up under it. So interesting. That's the first attempt of the four seam. Definitely under it. Here's the sweeper. Just a good swing by JT. Give credit to JT. He really gets on top of this ball. It's a really good job. Not Trinan's main jam, though, is finishing guys with four-seamers, righties especially. So interesting there. And then Castellanos, check out this hit. This is just the old ass out, get the barrel to it, flip it into left. You know, it's not pretty, but it's a heck of a swing at the end of the day. Look at that. Little serve into the left field corner. And then this is the play at second. He ends up being safe on this. Looks like a dead duck, right? But pretty good slide. And he does get in there. So that's where we're at right now. Watch that one more time. Here comes Castellanos around first. Good throw by left fielder. Edman just misses him on the initial tag. Arms were kind of spread. Glove went right through. So this would be a catastrophic comeback to allow happen for the Dodgers. Vesia is now in there. He's rocking a purple glove with a blue and gray uniform. Interesting strategy. And he's going to go throw some four-seamers. So first one up is Stotts. Oh, he's trying to bunt. Ball one. All right, what do we got here in the chat while we wait for this to go on here? What's up with Blake? Seems like he's having a Luke Weaver season. You know, I only watched him a little bit at the end when he somehow got 5 losses, like in, I don't know, like a 2-week period. His stuff is still there. But yeah, he's not making big pitches when he needs to. So sometimes that's what it is. Stuff's still there, though. I'm not sure about the mental game right now. All right, Stott's still trying to bunt. Gets it down. Ooh, they go for the lead out, and I think they get it. Oh, really ballsy play by, who is this, Muncy? Who makes this play? Third baseman? Another weird slide, but yeah, Muncy. Good play by Muncy. Ballsy play here. This is going to look good on the high home when we watch it. Little push bunt. He doesn't go for the sure out. He goes for the, we're going to win this freaking game, and he makes the play at third. Sick play. I'll show you that on the high home in a second, but... Oh, and Mookie gets totally taken out on the slide and almost doesn't tag him. But I think he does tag him. Yeah, he tags him. All right, what else we got? Are you shocked, as I am, that Hefner got fired by the Mets? Who do you see with the Mets? See the Mets replacing him with? This is, you know, I don't have any idea who they're going to replace him with. My gut tells me it's going to be this guy Desi, Desi Jershel or something like that. That was the assistant pitching coach this year. I never had him, but I know him and Mendoza are tight, so it makes sense that would probably happen. They pried him away from the Yankees a year ago. I'm not totally shocked that Hef got fired because when you have disappointing seasons, things happen, and he did survive a lot of coaches and GMs. And at some point, somebody was going to want to put their own guy in there, but it's not for any. Honestly, like he's going to be well sought after by lots of people. He's really good pitching coach. I've said that all along, and I truly believe that, so he'll be fine. Ooh, speaking of former Metros, Harrison Bader's up there right now versus Vesia. He's got a little bit of an injury, but he's been swinging it good this year. This is a big moment here. Pitching Trinan shows Roberts was too overconfident, says the Gardening Club. I don't know. It kind of feels that way for me a little bit too. I mean, I know you want to put confidence in a guy, and maybe you do have genuine confidence in a guy, but he has been scuffling. I don't know if this was the moment. I don't know. I guess I have to be on the inside to know a little bit more about the mentality of Blake Trinan and also maybe maybe I should have watched even more tape to have a more qualified opinion, but from what I've seen, he's been scuffling. So 2-0 pitch to Bader. Ooh, little half swing, and he does go around. So 2-1. He was trying to go deep there, but the pitch was not competitive, and he half swung anyway. The bank was quiet up until now. Mookie, Muncy, do it. Sasaki's in the pen now. Yeah, he is warming, so maybe they'll go to him here if it gets a little further than this. Ooh, Bader gets on top of one, smacks it into left. Really nice play. All right, let's hop back over so I can show you guys this play that just happened. Right here. So that was that first bunt. Try to go high with it. Throws another slider here. Stott gets it down. You're going to see Muncy come in out of nowhere and go to third. Now, we're going to watch it on the high home because that's so you can actually see it. This is a great play. Really hard crash, good anticipation, good throw to Mookie, gets the out of third. Muncy, this is interesting. Now, this is a good technique thing to kind of key in on here. Max is in on the grass, so he's in a great position to charge, but he's also looking at the runner. He's making sure that there's no stealing going on, and I think generally he wants to know where that runner's at so he has a sense of whether he can make the play or not. I think that's part of it too. And then as soon as the pitch comes, he's gone. Like, he's left heading home before the ball's released. That's the key here. Huge anticipation, gets it. That gives him enough time to set his feet and actually wait for Mookie, who's right here, to get to third, makes the play. And that was a huge play because after that single, this game would have been tied. Bader just got a hit right here, and this game would have been tied had they not got that lead runner. So this inning continues to be a grind and a half for the Dodgers, and the Phillies appear to have some momentum. Kepler's up there now, first and second, 1-1 count. Vesia's still in there. Sasaki warming and looming. So we'll see. Oh. They get the lead out. Freddie fields a ground ball, throws it to Mookie in the middle. So now it's first and third, 2 outs in the ninth. Who's going to be coming up here? It's going to be Trey Turner. So we'll see what happens here. Did he face 3 batters, Vesia? Yeah, this was batter number 3. So you go Sasaki Turner here for the game. Looks like it. Yeah, they're getting ready for that. This is awesome. This is great. As somebody who doesn't really have a dog in the fight in this game, this is fun. This is cool. Let's see in the meantime if anything's happened in this game. Milwaukee. There's been 1 out and a hit. So Nico looks like he's on base. JT, Justin Turner, leading off tonight for the Cubs. Interesting lineup decision here. They lean into a little bit of the they combat the opener a little bit here. Ashby's starting left-handed Michael Bush, who's been on fire, has been hitting leadoff, and he's not even in the lineup today. So pretty clever little chess match going on here between Counsell and Murph here. I kind of like this. Philly making it real interesting. Yes, they are. This is good. This is good TV right here. 2 outs. What's Trey Turner on the day? He is 1 for 3. 1 for 3. Now, if you steal second here, who was just hitting Kepler? If you run, do the Dodgers even throw through, or do they play back the whole way here and they allow the winning run to get to second? You just sell out, full out for the out here, knowing that you can now pitch smart, you got an open base, or do you try to worry about them and hold on the runner and everything? I think you probably play back, but it puts you into a suicide spot. This is the first time Sasaki has gone 2 days in a row. Ooh, Specter's shook right now. This is great playoff baseball, though. This is fantastic stuff. Kyle Tucker just fouled the ball off his knee, getting looked at by trainer. Cubs, Brewers. Tucker, he's still hitting, so I can't look at it yet. That sucks. Here's the Horner hit. Oh, a little slap the other way. Here he is, Roki Sasaki. Dodgers had an off day yesterday. Yeah, that's right, they did. So they're playing tomorrow in LA? Oh, so they're just flying and playing? Or they have another off day? Yeah, I think they have another off day, so this is fine. Man, I'm glued in on this right now. This is crazy. All right, here's Tucker. I'm going to look for this foul ball. Oh, is this it right here, the first pitch? He hit it off his back knee, I think. I don't know how these hitters do this shit. This is awful. All right, 1-0 count on Turner. Oh, fastball, ground ball. He's going to get him. Oh, throws it in the dirt, and Freddie makes a miracle pick. Terrible throw by Edman. But the Dodgers hang on. Holy cow. What a ninth inning. What a roller coaster ninth inning. Heartbreaking for the Phillies. Hold on. Let me see this foul ball again. Dude. Right off the knee, the back knee. How do you do that? Yeah, I don't blame you, Kyle. That hurts. All right, we got to go back to the other game. Dodgers hang on. They go up 2-0, win both games in Philly. They're sitting pretty. They're looking really good. I guess they have Yamamoto waiting for them back in LA. Phillies are in trouble. It can be done, but Phillies are in trouble. All right, let's see here. No broadcast yet. What a lame system. Come on, guys. Three-run homer? Ooh, three-run homer. Oh, yeah. Suzuki. I've been saying this guy's so hot right now. Also, pretty good, interesting lineup change. Might have worked here a little bit. So much for the opener. Yeah. What up, Mike? Three-run bomb. I just really want to get the broadcast view of this at bat. All right, here we go. Here's how the game ends. First pitch split in. Second pitch 99, also in, I believe. Yeah, kind of gets jammed though. Jammed him, and then here's the throw by Edman. Freddie like falls down and dies. By the way, if they throw this ball away, it's off to the races. But man, how's the back foot stay on there? Damn. That was sick. Vesia, Trinan, we've seen all this, but I did want you guys to see this Castellanos swing on the broadcast too, because this is crazy. What is that? It's fantastic. And then here's the closer view of that slide. And you can see it here. Yeah, hand gets in. Edman misses the tag. This opened the door for them to come back. And then, honestly, the play of the game, I think, is the bunt play by Muncy. You know, Muncy not necessarily known for his fielding, but this play won the game. Great anticipation as we just broke down on the high home. There's the throw to third. Kind of an awkward play between Castellanos and Mookie, but they do get him out. I think Castellanos was just on Mookie's podcast too, so it's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this game. Dodgers. If you're a Dodger fan, you're feeling really good about yourself right now. Should have been Sasaki over Trinan from the jump, in my opinion. I kind of agree. I don't know what they were doing there. I mean, I know what he was doing. It didn't work. Obviously, had to go through a few guys. I don't know. Glasnow will be primed, ready to go in the next one. They might even get fancy and go Kershaw in there. We'll see. Ooh, this is a good comment by David here because it's true what he's saying here. The Japanese players, the classes are just getting better and better and better. Some of the guys that I've seen are about to be posted are big time. A couple guys are going to be nasty. Murakami as a position player. Okamoto, Imai, the pitcher, disgusting this year. Short stride, just like unbelievable stuff. Great slider, great fastball. So it's going to be interesting to see if this wave just keeps coming. Also, don't forget WBC coming up this year. Japan, Samurai Japan. that is, trying to defend their title. So, um, yeah, very interesting stuff. All right, there's a 3-run homer in this other game. Did the first inning end yet? No, so it's still going. Won't get broadcast yet. But I'm at least going to get us set up with the game here. Cubs, Milwaukee. Aaron Ashby in there. And this was the rally, so fucking A. Little excuse me swinging the other way, and then a walk to Kyle Tucker, 3-2, 98 mile an hour fastball left side. This is, imagine this camera angle as your center field camera. Are you kidding me? You can't see a damn thing. And then Seiya, this is the homer. Maybe we'll have a cool view from here if he pulled it. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, smacked. 111.7. Seiya Suzuki, the Japanese Mike Trout, as I was told when he came over. He's been pretty good this year, though. I'll say that. Really, really, really freaking good. Let me switch over to that game. I don't know why I'm watching the Dodgers-Phillies post-game show. All right, we got some good questions in the chat, so I'm just going to take those first. How do players feel about the posting system? I don't know. That's a good question. I think most American players don't even think about it, to be honest. They're just, it's interesting. It's a different route. Guys used to complain about the guys that would come over from Cuba that would defect and they would get like 40 million. But the union would always tell these guys like, hey, why are you mad because these guys are getting money? They're not going to give it to you. They're not going to like take Yasiel Puig's 40 million or whatever and like give it to Joe Schmo American guy. You're trapped in this system. So why do you care that they're getting more money? If anything, you should say, I want to be in that system where I get to like, you know, be an unrestricted free agent from the jump. Obviously, that wasn't in the cards in the CBAs that I was a player under, but you know, that would be the ideal if you're looking from the player's point of view, is like see your true value from the jump street. But you know, for the Japanese players, it's a little weird because the teams are getting that kickback. Obviously, they're giving up a lot to send a player over there. You know, these are the best players on their team. So, I mean, I kind of get it. It resembles a little bit more of the international soccer model with, you know, buying players, transfer system, all that type of stuff, which I'm into too. So that's my opinion on it. And I don't think a lot of players even think about it, to be honest with you. Where does Murakami go in free agents? I don't know. This is an off-season topic. We'll definitely get into this. Really good left-handed hitter, big power. A couple years ago, hit like 50 or something in Japan. So we'll see where he fits in. Have you ever, this is a good one. Have you ever been in Weaver or trying in shoes? How do you get out of that funk? The noise about the lack of success has to be so loud. How do you drown out, lock it in? Well, I don't know if you guys remember. Maybe some of you guys might be Yankee fans in here. 2019, I was Luke Weaver. I was trusted the whole year. I dominated, had a 1.9 ERA in the playoffs. All of a sudden, you know, I was getting called in for situations that I was supposed to dominate in, and I walked a couple guys. I walked Nelson Cruz like twice in the Twins series. Got so pissed off about my lack of execution and the one batter I was getting that I broke something in the clubhouse in Minnesota, like an idiot, and then like just didn't handle my emotions very well because I wanted to do well for the team so bad. And then I struggled really bad in the Houston series as well. I mean, I had at times pitched well in that series, but at the end of the day, I gave up a big home run to Springer, which hurt the team bad in game 2. And then I pitched in the same game that CeCe made his last appearance in, and there was like an error, and I gave up like a double to Bregman, and I just generally was like mid. I wasn't great that inning. I remember I got booed off the field, and yeah, it was tough. Like on one hand, you're like, I'm still a good player, I'm still a really good pitcher, but on the other hand, you're like, I'm not getting it done right now, and it's embarrassing. And I really, you're thinking about your teammates, not letting them down more so than the fan base. Obviously, you don't want to let them down either, but you're really thinking about your teammates that you've been grinding with the whole season. So for me, that was hard, and it's definitely hard for Weaver. I mean, some of his comments have been a little unhinged about where he's at mentally right now, and I get it. Like, but that could be a good thing too. You can pitch really well unhinged. So I don't know. There's no absolutes in this, but that was my experience. Imanaga just punched Chorio with a fastball, by the way. That was a good question. I hope that was a good answer. I don't know. Can we watch Snell versus Schwarber? Absolutely, yes. But I want to watch the Seiya Suzuki full at bat really quick, and then we'll switch back to Dodgers. All right. This should be on here anymore. Here we go. So this is also a bad camera angle. But first pitch sinker. Oh, I gotta show screen. Haha! I finally did it. Sorry, guys. All right, first pitch sinker. 98. Like, it is incredible what... Like, who's heard of Aaron Ashby? I know you guys are baseball nerds like me, but other than that, you know? Dirty changeup, great take. Great take. This is a strike for a long time. So I get him the 1-1. I'm wondering what he hits it on. Sinker, changeup, or breaking ball. I'm going to say it's a fastball. Let's see. Four seam, though. Interesting. And it's above the zone. My God. On the center field cam, I couldn't tell it was that high, but oh my God, that thing went out of sight. I don't think I've ever seen a ball go up there outside of the home run derby. Dude, it goes all the way up here somewhere. That almost went out of the whole stadium. Time out. That is some Japanese Mike Trout shit. That was perfect in MLB The Show. So fun in the dugout when that happens. Council loved it. He gave a huge, he's way down here. You can see him poking his head out. Watch this. Yeah. Oh, it looked like there was an F-bomb coming too. That was a good release. He needed that. Oof, it's hot in here. I need to put on the AC. Hold on. All right, so we want to dig in a little more on some of the good at-bats. Snell was incredible. Luzardo was incredible. I don't think we should watch maybe the entire outings because that's a lot right now. But we'll lock in on both of them with some of their key matchups, and we'll see how they went. Dodgers, Phillies. Heading back over there, and we're going to pick out Blake Snell. First, let's watch him versus Schwarber. Every pitch versus Schwarber. You know, basically an MVP candidate, and, you know, Snell's at the top of his game. So, first at bat, it's a four-seam at the top. Gets him to swing at it, pop it up. I think if he had his druthers, he'd actually rather miss this pitch. But, yeah, it's a typical Blake Snell fastball. Good ride on it. Gets it up away. Schwarber's never seen a fastball he didn't want to smash. This one's just not quite where he wants it, so one pitch went out there. Second at bat. Man on first, 2 outs. Slider ball. Pickoff attempt. All right, 1-0 fastball. Perfect pitch. That's such a risky pitch to Kyle. I mean, look where it ends up. It's right on the black. But, like, if it's just so risky because if you throw it, like, anywhere, like, over here, which is, let's be honest, that's not that far away from there, you might not get it back. So... Anyway, he dots that pitch. Let's watch it again. 1-1, slider. So now that he's set the inside line, he should get slider chase. Great take. Great take. Starts a little lower than the other fastball, but man, good take though. And Kyle, this is his superpower besides his actual power, which is just his eye at the plate. He doesn't have he doesn't have big chase. Most other guys with his type of pop have too much chase. All right, this is a good 2-1 slider. This time he doubles up. I think he kind of feels like Kyle's on the fastball, and he hits it right at the bottom of the zone. That's another good pitch to maybe swing at, but I don't think he was looking for it. I don't know why. Oh, you know what's stupid about this? Because they're going to be out on a pickoff. Still, those pitches all matter. He sees all those pitches. So now he gets the second at bat over again. All right, now they're going in again with that heater. Another perfect pitch. Are you kidding me? It's the same pitch as before. Just great command, and people think Blake Snell doesn't have good control. And it's like, yeah, it's all relative, though. Like, he meant to do this. That's filth. Slider off that. Again, once you set that line, you should, yeah. Oof. Great. Honestly, it's a good take and a perfect pitch. What can you do with that? It's shaved off the edge. You just saw a fastball in. Those are perfectly paired. Also, a special shout out to the catcher, I believe Rortvet, for for that frame. Very nice. Now he's going to go downshift to the curveball. Makes sense. Gets the trigger. Ultimately, doesn't go. Started a hair too low, I think. Okay, 1-2. Double up. I like it because you almost got him. This time spikes it even more. Back-to-back takes. Now slider. Perfect pitch. Okay, so this was kind of cool because he went fast, medium, slow, reinforced slow, and then went back up, but instead of it being a fastball, this time it was the slider again. So, again, you have the conundrum of the batter sees breaking ball spin twice. Ooh, Andrew Vaughn might have just tied this game. Yeah, he sure did. 3-run bomb off Imanaga. Holy cow. Holy cow. He'll find the guy in the lineup that can hit a home run, and he'll give one up to him.
Does Andrew Vaughn do this? It's terrible.
Seriously, what happened? Where's Andrew Vaughn is like back. All right, so anyway, my whole point about this Snell-Schwarber at bat was just like those two curveballs down kind of gets him off the scent of the chase slider again, and because he spotted one earlier, he has to swing at it, and it's just a great pitch. He actually threw 5 practically perfect pitches in that at bat. So third at bat is this one. This is going to be a walk. A key walk, though, because it set up a huge showdown after this. So this time he goes first pitch changeup. Interesting choice there. I have to say I really like that because, again, it's off the menu. You don't now, at this point, know what pitch Kyle's looking for. Let's throw something that he hasn't seen yet, even though it's a ball. It's weird. It probably leads to the walk, but I also think it was worth a try in this spot, being careful here. Plus, you got Trey Turner at first, kind of worried about the steal. Here's the steal. Honestly, I saw this live. He would have been out. But Mookie, the ball kind of handcuffs Mookie a little bit, gets in the palm of the glove, and so it squirts out. So everybody in the stadium knew that Trey was running here. That's what made this that much more interesting. But watch how quick Will Smith is back there. This is an amazing... I bet that pop time was tremendous. That was like 1.7 or something, 1.8. Anyway, after that, now you got the open base, so you got to be careful. 2-0 slider. Huge swing and miss. Good pitch again. Then he's going fastball. Goes back for that in ball again, but this time he makes a good miss. Good miss being in. You don't want to miss over the plate here. This is also scary because that's a broken wrist type of ball. But Kyle gets out of the way. And then on 3-1, you know you got that open bag there. So you try to be a little fine. You don't get it. Good at bat by Kyle. He saw a lot of pitches in this game, especially because of that 6-pitch situation or 5-pitch situation that wasn't even a real at bat. But that's the deal with that matchup. Is that inning over? All right, let's go back and watch the the inning off of Imanaga just now, because that was crazy. Cubs, Brewers. So they get the 3 right back. I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. All right, so strikeout. Starts off freaking beautifully. Oh my God, where's the broadcast cam? Is this a joke? What are you doing to me? We jumped the gun. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, 3-3. 3-3. This was the home run pitch from the center field cam. It's a sweeper to Vaughn. It's actually interesting. Trevor May was calling for more sweepers out of Imanaga today. Score 1 against Trevor May. It was also way inside. I don't know how he hit that. Dude, he kept that fair, though, too. He clipped it out front. 109, too, at 39. That ball brought rain. Oh, we have a question here about, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah, did you already answer this? All right, perfect. This was the question in the chat. It was, no, that's the answer. Hold on. I was wondering how much the playoff shares are. I know extra money for making the playoffs. You know who the money's really huge for is all the people in the clubhouse, the clubbies, the chefs, the trainers, everybody like that. It's life-changing money if you win the World Series. Like some of the World Series winning shares have been like over 400 grand. So you're talking big money, and it's really cool that some people get their whole life changed by that. And then it's also then sometimes you run into like a clubby like Rob Kukuza, that's the Yankees home club, and he's got like 3 houses probably because they've been in the playoffs for like 25 years that he's worked. So a lot of playoff cash and good tips from really rich players. See, this is something that I don't 100% agree with, Marcus. I think that's the perception that he's a little bit effectively wild, but I think he's actually the type of pitcher. It's rare, but he's like so good, so nasty that it forces him to walk guys because a lot of guys decide they can't hit him and they take, and also a lot of guys where balls would have been put in play off other pitchers, they're fouled off against him, forcing him to throw more pitches, and then eventually he walks you. I know that's a little bit of a weird backwards way to have a little bit more of a walk rate, but I actually think he's got better command than people think. But it's just weird because, yeah, he's definitely had a little bit of a trouble with walk rate at times in his career and length of games. Love you. So do cooks get the same as, say, the ticket gate? No, ticket gate's not included in that. It's only the traveling party. So you're talking traveling secretaries, you're talking trainers, you're talking strength coaches, you're talking hitting coaches, bullpen catchers, security people, translators, people that are with the squad every day throughout the season. Those are the people included on that, and it's awesome. Like I said, it's awesome. It's also interesting when they have the meeting because if you have over 10 years, you're involved in the meeting automatically, and if you have a full year of service, you get the full amount automatically. But there's like voting about a lot of the players and what shares they get based on their contribution, and those meetings get spicy sometimes when some person thinks somebody's deserves less than some other guy, and it's honestly crazy. So it's all fascinating. I don't think anything's going to happen labor-wise. This is my opinion. I think it'll be a hard fight, but they'll come to an agreement this time because there's a lot of media deal stuff that needs to be sorted out, and they can't nuke that. But I think the one after that would be interesting. Could be interesting, so we'll see. Which organization was the most fun to be a part of? They all are fun. Every single one of them. Being in the big leagues is fun no matter what. It's the dream, but I would say the winning teams, right? So 2019 Yankees, 2018 Rockies, 2021 Red Sox, 2022 Mets, 2024 Mets as well. All the winning teams. It's just like when you're winning, you're having fun. I do think that it can be a chicken or the egg type of thing, but certainly the teams that had fun won. We'll say that. Don't underrate it. Fun is good. So the players get to vote. Does it turn into one scene from Office where they decide with Beans who gets a bonus? No Beans. That's funny, but I love that. I love that. It's just like there's like a sheet, and they tell you how much service time a guy got. Also, if you're on a playoff roster at all, you typically get a full share no matter what. But some of the voting gets interesting. All right, so this was that first inning. Let's get back to that. Imanaga strikes out Choreo. Good to see Choreo playing. Terang strikes him out. Obviously, Imanaga known for that ride on his fastball. So that's so far so good, but then watch this rally. Contreras. I make a village Greek salad, Ray. A couple of them a week. We live on these things. All right, so there's the first hit by Contreras, and then Yelich gets a first pitch hit. Let's see, I bet it's to left field. Shocker. Stays inside of fastball, droops it into left. Been doing it for years. And that leads us to the Andrew Vaughn at-bat. Let's watch the whole at-bat. Nice little change-up splitter thing for a strike at the bottom. Fastball up. Fastball in, just misses. Aw, thank you. Shouting out my salad. Very impressive. This was a good sweeper too. Back foot variety here. Dirty. So it gets him the 2-2. And let's see what happens from here. Goes hard. This is one of the hardest pitches he's thrown all year, probably. 93.5. Just misses. Man, how close was... Oh, I missed it. How close was this? Man, very effective pitch. If you get a swing, it's almost unhittable there. But doesn't get it, so we go to 3-2. Doubles up on the fastball. Ooh, jam sandwich. And then sweeper. This is the homer. You're going to see how far in this is. Pretty far in, but he kind of let him in. Am I wrong? I mean, I felt like he pitched him in an awful lot there in that at-bat. And Andrew Vaughn just flips the script. 109.2 at 39.
Andrew Vaughn ties the game.
Dude, look at this. Little slider in. He just gets out in front of it. He catches it out front. The old fly ball to left field. Yeah. Also, it doesn't have enough bite on it. It's only 2.2 on the in, so it's not continuing in on the bat. No bueno. But yeah, that flipped the game, and so it's 3-3. Ashby, our opener, is actually about to throw a perfect second inning here, which is interesting. Oh, I missed that. Well, I hate when this happens, when I lose control over my... I'm going to have to relaunch the iPad. Sorry. Alright, let's watch this one more time. Andrew Vaughn looks like that guy, Cooper. What's his name? Cooper, the first baseman that played for the Marlins. Garrett Cooper. They look the same in the face. They're just like pale white guys who hit dingers. They're pretty good hitters. Interesting little move here on his load. Like, he really hits a rhythm swing. Like, he sinks. Look how he sinks into his back hip, creates that rhythm. And then as he goes out, the hands come back. It's a pretty long and drawn out move. You can see, like, when he's off timing, that could be kind of the culprit here. It's a pretty drawn out move, but it's powerful as shit. So he gets out front with that, and it's Launch City. And this time Council wasn't as happy on the bench as before. Oh, Justin Turner with a base hit. Base hit, base hit, base hit. All right, question here. What metrics do MLB teams have with pitchers that can help them identify undervalued talent that doesn't pop out on StatCast, for example? Ooh, I mean, every team builds their own systems, like not only for pitch modeling, but for things that they have, internal preferences for that they want to lean into. Things they might think be coming down the pike might be more effective. There's also a ton of biomechanics stuff that goes into this, and they look for certain body types, range of motions, mobility abilities, but also just like movement qualities. It's actually crazy what goes into it now in the scouting. Like, you think of a guy like Brian Wu, who was a pretty not effective pitcher in college. Now you see how good he is, and they kind of knew what they had in him right away. Like, they could see it, they could dream on it, and the body types, the mechanics. There's a lot of things like that teams have their own way of going about them. There's a lot of data points that goes into that. A lot of really smart people. I mean, shoot, some of the teams I've worked with hired people out of NASA for all sorts of jobs and things like that. Red Sox, Yankees, Mets. You come across some of the smartest people you've ever been around. Our director of sports science with the Mets, when I was there, Dean Little, first 2 years. Now he works for the Phoenix Suns. Kind of runs their whole operation. One of the best people I've ever been around. Learned a lot from him about really everything. In every realm. Like, so they have these teams have a lot of brain power going on in every kind of department, even people you never meet. So I don't have the secret sauce that a lot of teams are, looking for right now, because everybody's trying to get a leg up on what they think is most important in their edges and their scouting and their process. But yeah, there's a lot of numbers involved for sure. And people built out a lot of systems. Teams built out a lot of systems that you know, are proprietary to them that we're never going to see in the public sector, you know, ever. So. You want to see this play when Miguel Rojas dove into third? Sure. I thought it was risky, given that Trey Turner was running from second, right? So, but you know, Miguel Rojas is a great fielder. If he thinks he can make it, he could probably make it. He's got a good internal clock. All right, what was happening when this happened? It was who was pitching here? Sheehan. Or was it Snell? It was Snell's last batter? Yeah, it was Snell's last batter. All right, here's the play in... we got to change... We got to go to the main screen again. Sorry. Here's the play in question. Sorry. We'll do it one more time. Bohm chops it to third. Rojas decides to go to third. Dives. They collide, obviously. This was a great little moment here. What a great moment in slow-mo history when they showed this. But he beats him by just a little bit. Kind of jams his hand, souls out to do it. Because I think as he goes to run, he's like, oh, this is going to be no problem. But then right around here, he's like, I gotta go. Kind of a reckless play, but you can afford to be reckless in the playoffs. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, actually, though, I am curious now. God, that just got my head going here for a second. Let's just watch Turner for a second on second. Let's see a secondary lead. Pretty good secondary lead. Good read and everything. I'm not seeing anything. This is obviously Trey out here. Right over here. Here, right over here, obviously. All right, so there's the secondary, and then that's pretty... He put the pressure on him, so I give more credit to Trey Turner than anything else. That's my current opinion on that. I miss Turner on the Dodgers, says Spectre. I bet you do. He was a freaking great Dodger, especially in the playoffs. You know, I met Justin Turner at a house party in Cape Cod League 2005 when he was a Cal State Fullerton Titan. And I think I talked to him for like 4 or 5 minutes, and that's it. Never spoke another word to him in my life, even though we faced each other many times. That's baseball for you. So, pretty funny. Also, Rojas' move was so risky. I think he hurt himself, like I get all on the line, but dang, 2 outs. Just get the force out at first, unless I'm misreading something. I mean, you know, it's a little bit of a longer throw. I mean, technically, this is a safer play. Most runners aren't this fast. I think he just instinctively went for it, and then Trey Turner's like made it close. So I'll give Trey Turner credit. It's wild to hear all that, and we're only like a decade removed from the Orioles banning the cutter. Going into 2018, that's not that long ago, I got in trouble for having an Edgertronic camera in spring training. In trouble. They were mad at me about that. And now, like I said, you know, people are getting information mid-game, and they're bringing it to the pitcher. So yeah, we've come a long ass way.
That's so Rockies.
Yeah. Front office. This is a great comment by Mike. He's on it here. Front offices and sports sciences are uncapped in all leagues. It's the one place where you can get an advantage on the field or on the court, and it's true. And a lot of these owners would much rather spend it there for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, you've seen it. Like it's everywhere. It's all over the game, on every level. You know, trying to figure things out. And you know what? They still haven't figured a lot of stuff out, especially injuries. Injuries are a big one. Throwing was safer here very clearly, but yes, in hindsight, I get why you're making this comment, Spectre, because Trey Turner's so fast, and that ended up being an incredibly close play. But in general, making a throw is more dangerous than just running and touching a base. You're not going to drop the ball and run and touch the base. That's why if the first baseman can not make the flip to the pitcher, as brain deadly easy as that play can be at times, you just run over and tag the base. So I push back a little bit, but I see what you're saying. This is an interesting comment here by Dano. Teams buy up proprietary analytical frameworks as soon as they hit the scene, and they're never seen by the public like big companies buying out tech startups. I think that's definitely true as well. Trying to upstream the competition is constant. The tech wars, they never end, and everybody's looking for that little edge. But it's interesting because most of the stuff that the front office brings to the table, I would say, that's like really important, is all like stuff that's like overreaching, like overarching. It's not like specific to like as much game stuff. Like they still just have like all these projections that I don't think necessarily help you as much on the game to game level as they do over the course of a larger sample size. That's just one of my pet peeves about some of the modern stuff. Imanaga just got the first out of the second, so he's looking to settle down the way Ashby appeared to a little bit. Mears is in the game, so no Priester right away. They have Mizorowski warming up now, so they're pressing the Mizorowski button, if you will, and that's going to be interesting to see because this guy's going to be throwing like 103 miles an hour. How's it going, Noah? Thanks for checking us out on the other side of the earth. That is very, very cool. One of the coolest things about YouTube. I love that. Yeah, my co-pilot tonight, Mitch, is saying that there are reports some owners want to cap on all baseball operations related spending. Yeah, I mean, I would too if I was a small market team and you just want to just reap it all in profits. But you know, that's not the way it's currently set up. Some people would definitely rather keep us in the Stone Age as long as possible. But who knows what AI is going to do? That's a whole nother frontier that, you know, it's going to be changing a lot of things. So that's a little bit over my head, but I'll do my best to keep up with it as it comes out and I see it on the ground level. All right, I gotta skip a whole bunch of stuff. This is a good question, Ray, my guy. Yes. And in fact, I know quite a bit about this. There's been a couple of companies that have done this in history. Like they give guys upfront money, and then in exchange for a percentage of their career earnings. Or there's other ones where a bunch of players will pool their money, will pool their contracts basically collectively going forward, and agree to split everything at a certain rate. Therefore, putting their trust in the fact that one out of their 5 buddies is probably going to hit it big, but probably not all 5. So there's been a couple attempts to do this at certain times. I know Tatis famously signed a deal where he ended up, I think he owes like $40 million or something to one of these companies. So that's pretty crazy. Imanaga just struck a guy out. Yeah, so that's a good question in the chat there, Ray. Appreciate that. Any thoughts on private equity funds buying up teams? So my whole issue with this is like, I don't want teams to be lean, mean revenue, profit machines. Like, I mean, I get it, but you want to have some sort of balance between fandom in that seat and then also business acumen. Like, I think you want to grow your business by competing and winning and going about it that way, and bringing real value to your community and your city by putting on a great product in terms of like, you know, a competitive product every year. And sometimes private equity gets in the way of that, right? Because they just want to make profit and ultimately feed those investors, right? So that's a little bit of my concern. Obviously, teams have a hard time saying no to it, and they do take a lot of, even now you've noticed in other sports, big chunks of teams getting sold off, like 8% here, 7% here, some huge billionaire, because the business is great and they can't help themselves. They'll take that liquid money right now, because when you're just own the team and yeah, you have value, but you're doing loans and stuff. You're not as liquid. I don't know. It's all interesting. It's a lot of stuff like that. Sports venture capitalism. I don't think it's great for the fans personally, but this is kind of the world we live in. Were you shocked that Turner batted leadoff? Yeah, we just talked about it because, yeah, I mean, they announced Ashby as a starter. He's a lefty. Typically, we all know Michael Busch has been playing. He's been actually their best hitter lately, besides Seiya, him and Seiya. And then they decided to do this. So Council's aggressive with it. He says, you know what, we're going to play Turner. And it's paid off. Turner got a hit. I mean, he didn't get a hit in that first at-bat, I don't believe. right? 1 for 2. Yeah, 1 for 2. But he got to hit this second at bat. And, you know, Bush will definitely come in this game at some point, probably now that Mears is in there. So we'll see. All right, great questions in the chat tonight. What else do we want to watch from that Dodger game? Who else do we need to check in on? Maybe a little more. Let's watch more of Snell. We watched him face Schwarber all the time. Harper, but it's like these are left on left. These are kind of whatever matchups. Let's just watch Snell cook for a little while, right? I mean, that's probably the fun. First batter of the game, Trey Turner called out on strikes.
2-2 to Trey Turner. And that's a call. Strike 3.
Nice little call there for him, but 97 on the inside corner. Then we got a Castellano strikeout here. Ooh, let's watch the whole one. It's 3 pitches, so. Change up. It's just like Tarek Skubal, very similar effect. I mean, don't get me wrong, Skubal's got the better changeup, but it's a very similar effect. The 4-seam up in, and then the changeup down away. Out of this release, some pretty high release. It's beautiful. Then 4-seam down. So, again, playing with that bottom of the zone line, a la Savage, a la a lot of guys now. This is definitely, the style of pitching is definitely coming back, playing with the bottom of the zone more than the top. But he goes 4-seam down here after changeup down. Castellanos thinks off that line, if that's a changeup, that's a ball. Instead, it holds and it's a strike. Now he goes back to the changeup, and Nick's got no idea what's going on, so he just swings. So the first 2 pitches caused that swing, and Snell does a good job throwing an impossible pitch to hit outside. Okay, now we got an Otto Kemp strikeout. Slider. So now 3 strikeouts, 3 different pitch types. He's got a very nice slider. You know, it's actually not usually his main breaking ball, but if you watch him, it's the same effect that there's no hump in his slider. It looks really, tunnels really nice off a fastball. I mean, if I didn't tell you, you might think this is a fastball, right? For this whole moment here, and then it's just gone. So the high arm slot I'm starting to see might become something that's sought after a little bit. If a guy has an ability to now utilize the top and the bottom of the zone by having a special fastball from a high slot, you can also play the vertical approach angle downward, a la Savage. Obviously, we saw how he made the Yankees look. So you're gonna see copycats on all this stuff as people continue to dominate. All right, so that was. Did I watch the Sosa one? Was that the Sosa one? I missed the Sosa one. Curveball. So another different pitch type. Curveball. Smell ya. And then we saw the Schwarber, but we'll watch it again. Just a perfect slider. Literally perfect slider. Nasty. And then Bohm's going to get called out looking. 97. They're going in again, probably. Can't swing at that. It's just bottom of the zone, and it's dotted on the corner, and it's 97. I do feel bad for hitters sometimes when a pitcher makes this pitch. Not when I was doing it, of course, but it's like one of those things where it's like, what are you supposed to do? It's just like you're screwed. There's that changeup again, way out front. I'm wagering to bet he sped him up at some point. No, Kurt. Let's just watch this at bat. This is interesting. All slow here. Curveball, strike, and then triple changeup. Otto Kemp definitely stayed on the heater no matter what here, because he's nowhere near that. This must be really bad. Yeah, totally non-competitive, because if it's anywhere near the zone, you're gone. So that's a strikeout, and then he gets this one of Harp. Oh, Mizorowski. Oh, 104. Second pitch. Just throw it, jeez. Anyway, here's the Harper strikeout again. Yeah, everybody comments on it at the same time. It's funny that's the new 100. The 103 is the new one that's like. Yeah, this is the consensus. Holy shit. Mike still wants to talk wealth fund buying interests, but I'm moving on to the baseball. But I do think that the Saudi stuff got to be taken serious on some level. They're looking like they want to make alternate leagues. They have literally so much money. They have a tap in the ground that's just pouring money out of it, so they can do whatever they want. People are going to take the money. Oh, I like this comment, Miss. I love this comment, Jim, and I feel this deep in my bones because, obviously, not too long ago, the big sweeper was all the rage. Well, who do you think was at the front of that a couple years before that? It was this guy right here throwing sweepers. When before they recalled him, I mean, I'm not the first guy to do it, but I was definitely an early adopter in my era. And then, yeah, I mean, who doesn't have a sweeper now? So that hurt me a little bit when everybody started throwing them, and they were better than mine. That was a shame. They can both work, though. East, west, north, south. I'm just saying, I think, especially also with the ABS and the way they might alter the zone a little bit, I could see a lot of downward action coming back in. And it's funny because the downward plane pitching is how I was taught a little bit with the Cardinals when I was young. Like, shorten your stride up a little bit, get on top of that ball, drive it down, get a ground ball, throw a splitter, change up below the zone, throw a slider below the zone. Everything was like, let's just play with the bottom of the zone. But then guys got so good at scooping those balls out for extra base hits, and then the cycle just starts. So then it's like, okay, let's go up, let's do this, let's do that. Now we're kind of in a spot of total pitching. Everybody's going to be able to do a little. You're going to have to do a little bit of everything, and obviously dominate your strengths, whatever they are individually. He just walked a guy, but he's sitting like 103, 104. He's very much Mason Miller velocity without the command right now. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So he's been giving it up a little bit in the second half. This might be worth taking a quick peek at how Jacob's season actually went. All-star Jacob Mizorowski. I might be slightly bitter about that. Slightly. Guy gets invited to the All-Star game after 5 games in the big leagues. 2018, I'm not an All-Star. What is going on? But let's see how he did here. Yeah, so it's still a 4.36 despite the fact that, there's 87 punchies in 66 innings. A 1.24 whip is very manageable. Struggles with the walk rate a little bit. Doesn't get any grounders. But, I mean, everything else is there. All the components are there. I think he'll be really, really good in some role. Don't know whether to be starting or relieving. I think at some point he'll be amazing. And I'm not mad at the kid. It's not his fault. I'm just saying, it's like, damn, like they just gave him that All-Star right off the rip. That's a funny comment. I'm not going to put that up, but that's a funny comment by Brett B. But 4-seam fastball. What's it getting hit on? Off-speed pitches. The 4-seam's got a 193 batting average on it this year, 186 expected. So yeah, you should probably just throw fastballs. I know he's got a good off-speed, but that's working. It comes down to command. And this is also max effort, and he can't play any type of as a high slider strikeout. Can't play any type of defense either if you want to mess with him like that. How's he on the running game? Actually, surprisingly good on the running game. I would have thought no chance, but yeah. So this is partly true too. Good comment, Noah. He earned the All-Star because other pitchers said no, didn't want to throw. That's true. But there's also probably some more deserving guys. There were some Phillies guys, I think, that in particular got kind of screwed here this year. Some of their starters, maybe Luzardo. I don't know. Somebody got screwed. But, not everybody can make it, So we understand that. That's just reality. Pat Murphy's looking a little peeved over there in the Dougie. Yeah, Sanchez got screwed. Good call. Good call. Okay. What else? we go back to the Dodger game for a sec. Mizorowski's still pumping cheese. So those are all Snell's strikeouts. Sheehan, interestingly, we should watch this at bat for Schwarber because he's got some stones on him the way he pitches him late in this at bat. Curveball, ball. And I wondered if Sheehan wasn't going to become a big part of their bullpen in the playoffs. Obviously pushed out of the rotation a little bit by the superstar guys, but this guy quietly had a really good year. Throws from like a low slot with huge vert and huge velo. Ball's behind 2-0 here, and it looked like it might be slipping away from him. Man on first, 2-0 count. Things could get dicey here. But he comes with some heaters. Heater middle away, strike. Little slider down the middle, and then this heater, which I thought live was going to get hit out of the stadium. He beats Schwarber on a down-in fastball. I mean, that's pretty incredible ride on your heater to beat Kyle Schwarber in this location. It is pretty close to the corner, so I'll give him credit for that. But anyway, Sheehan,
2-2. Schwarber, a swing and a miss.
98 miles an hour with 19.6 induced vertical break. That's a really good fastball, so I want to point that out. That was big. Let's go to the data from this game. That's something I haven't done yet. Player breakdowns. All right, Snell first. I knew he used the slider more. Slider was his primary secondary pitch. So four-seam slider, changeup, and curveball. He threw them all, but 26 sliders as the second most thrown pitch for Snell tonight. Whiff rate incredible. Almost Savage, like 55% whiff. We've seen some unbelievable starts. Really, we've seen some unbelievable starts in the postseason this year. This is just another one of them, and it's funny because we thought the age of the dominant starter was over in the postseason. Not so fast. Not so fast. Been some nasty freaking outings. 13 swings on slider, 9 whiffs. Good choice throwing it a lot. 15 swings on changeup, 9 whiffs. Dirty. 2 curveball swings, 2 whiffs. So once again, showing that he's one of the nastiest guys in the world. Didn't even do it really out of the zone. Chase rate's only 28%. So most of this was in the zone. Zone contact percentage, 48% in this game. More than half the pitches that they swung at that were in the strike zone, they freaking missed. That's how good Blake Snell was tonight. All right, moving on. Emmett Sheehan, velocity up. Good to see out of the bullpen. 1 mile an hour harder on the four seam. 1.5 almost on the other pitches. Anything interesting on the IVB? Averages 20. He was averaging 18 in the regular season. Maybe that's something. I don't know. That looks good. Trinan. Velocity still strong. Whiffs are just not there. 8 swings, 1 whiff. That continues to be an issue. Doesn't seem great. Vesia. Fastball velo is about the same. Whatever. He didn't really do much today. 5 swings, 2 whiffs. And then Sasaki, yeah, he only threw 2 pitches. Luzardo on the other side. Sweeper, let him off again, same way he did against the Dodgers last time. Four-seam sinker, changeup, slider. Velo looks good up across the board. He threw a great game today. He really did. Luzardo stepped up. He was big today. Whiffs only 28%, but actually got more chase than Snell. 39% O swing. That's really good chase. And then only 56% zone swing. So they were getting a lot of called strikes. And then exit velo phenomenal. 84.9 today for Luzardo. So it was mostly a contact dominating game. The rest of these guys are fine. Nothing really important there to see from any of those dudes. Anything interesting happen in this other game yet? Nope, still 3-3. Where are current pitchers? Yep, Mizorowski, 1 inning. So we'll watch Mizorowski. Everybody wants to watch Mizorowski. So first, let me go back to the chat for a hot second because I see a lot of stuff coming through here. We got some Dodger talk in the chat. I like that. I love people talking to each other in the chat. Well, we could watch a little bit of Blake Trinan if you want, because we have time here. But Yeah, I see this comment here about Sanchez got snubbed, but then he's saying he didn't want to pitch, so they gave it to Miz. Like I said, I'm not mad at Miz. It's just a weird. It's just weird to make an All-Star team after 5 games. Eric Chavez, RIP, Mets hitting coach, he was like one of the better players of his generation. Never made an All-Star team. So I'm just saying it's weird. Careers are weird. And this is totally true, Frozen Strub. Snow went to another level at second half 2024. That's when the changeup percentage went up. You know who was actually his catcher who was with him during this resurgence? Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez helped take Blake Snell to the next level. Don't forget that. Give him credit. All right. Jacob Mizorowski. Let's watch the absolute show that this human is. Just arms and legs. 20 pitches. They're all fast. First pitch, 103.4. You shitting me? And it's down. 103.7 Bayou. Holy cow. And look at the extension on that. So it's 103. It's a legitimate 103 with 7.5 extension. That's like a 105. 105? 106?
Probably.
It doesn't matter. It's fast.
Probably like +2.
The only guy I've seen throw this hard in person is Ben Joyce.
So, yeah.
Mason Miller threw like 102 in the game against us that I saw, and I guess Chapman I've seen throw 103 or 104. But this is different. All right, 0-2. 104.3 coming. This is a radio station. It's like I said this before. It's not a pitch velocity. It's the oldies are on 104.3, you know? And then another one, 104.2. I actually thought Kyle Tucker got a hit in live version of this. Kudos for putting it in play. That's 104.2. That is so fast. Like it's almost 5 miles an hour faster than my fastest pitch. And then 4-pitch walk to Suzuki. So here's the other side. 103.9. This is absolute gas. Who knew that he had another level to go to? Ooh, William Contreras just homered in the game.
Suzuki, you had the 3-run homer.
Fastball up. So he hasn't thrown a ball below. This is the slowest pitch so far for him. Fastball. 102.6. 102.6 when he needs to take something off. 102.8. So yeah, pulled a few balls there. 4-pitch walk. This is part of it. He's going to strike out Happ here. Finally goes to an off-speed curveball. Nope.
But it shows a lot of trust in
Ball. Yeah, so this was fully the 4-before-3 strategy. I don't like where Contreras is set up here. He got lucky he got this pitch called. I've talked about this before. We've talked about miss patterns. This was huge with the Red Sox this year. A lot of teams. He's missed over here a few times. If you're the catcher, wow, you just got to get your butt to the inside corner. Because it's like, he's just going to keep missing. He tries to tell him to calm down. This is one of my favorite things catchers do. Hey, calm down, bro. It's like, dude, I'm trying. And then he throws it, and it just runs. And it's lucky. It's barely a strike. They're lucky they got it. That's all I'm saying. They're lucky they got it here. 2-0. 2-1 coming. Ooh, 97.5 mile an hour slider. Middle. Beats him like it was a fastball. Definitely had cutter movement though. 11 vertical break, basically no horizontal break. I don't know what you would call this. This is a cutter. It's a weird cutter, but he misses under it. He's got him all set up for a good fastball. He's not going to hit a fastball middle up. 1-1 away ball, and then 3-2. Ooh, Contreras is giving my other favorite one. Ooh, this is the come to me, energy to me. Bring the energy to me. Yeah, bro, obviously I'm not what do you think I'm trying to do? Oh, and then, oh yeah, the top shelf, backdoor, impossible to hit slider. This was a happy accident for Mizorowski, but you get a lot of happy accidents when you throw this hard. I feel bad for Happ on that at bat. And then here's the Carson Kelly at bat. 95.9 slider. Where did he fall off on this? Where did Mizorowski go? He's like out of the camera. Man, he does some weird stuff. Ball. 96.9 mile an hour slider. Strike. Ooh, 101.7. This is now his new slowest fastball of the day. 101.7. with 2,700 RPM. Let's not forget about that factor too. He's got a triple whammy. I haven't even talked about this yet because spin rate, I don't think really matters that much, like we used to think so. But look, 2647 on the spin rate right here. That's elite. That's very high. So that's even furthermore keeping this ball up. So he's got velocity, which is the number one ingredient. He's got extension, which is ingredient number 2. And he's got freaking spin rate. Now, if he had spin axis, forget it. But he's got spin rate, so the ball is staying up a little more than others. And you can see, I mean, Phillies under that all day. 2-2 curveball coming.
2-2. Oh, and away. Nice.
Ball down, and then this is the play I think people are saying he was pumped on. 3-2 slider. Oh, back to him. Oh, he goes the whole way himself. See, he didn't trust himself. Oh my God, what a celebration. Fernando Cruz Jr. Except he looks like Doug Funny though. Also so over the top. He's still yelling right here. What are these hops? Andrew Vaughn's like, don't hit me, bro. He had to move out of the way. Oh my God. I bet somebody's going to tell me this guy doesn't even drink coffee. But, dude, relax. Also, this is very similar to the whole Rojas thing. Because he ran the ball to third, and I said maybe he didn't feel confident throwing it or whatever. But Mizorowski definitely didn't either. Do we have a first base pitcher's view of this? Because I think we might get him running into our camera. Come on. Come on, big guy. Oh, dang it. We didn't get the whole thing. That would have been so sick. All right, that was fun. Speaking of fun, Palencia is in the game already for the Cubbies. Imanaga goes 3 innings. This was the Contreras home run. Let's watch the whole at. Oh, we can't watch the whole at bat. Is it still the 3rd inning?
Yeah.
Because it's still the 3rd inning. This is the home run from this terrible camera angle. Oh. What was that pimp job? He didn't even know what he did right there. Wait. Time out. Watch Contreras. It looks like he wants to look in the other team's dugout for a second. Then he's like, that's not my dugout. Or something like that. Oh my God, just stand there a little longer, sir. Not that I care. It never bothered me, but I think it's funny as shit to watch. Just chomping on that gum. Yeah, I think he was about to throw the bat thinking that was his dugout. No, bro, you're a first base side. American Family Field, first base side. Oh, Andrew Vaughn pops it up. So Palencia does his job. Still 4-3. This is going to be a good Wago. It's only the 3rd inning, which is depressing because I don't have enough bandwidth to possibly stay on for this entire game.
What year is it?
Like, yeah, is the pitch clock off? They turned the clock off? Yeah, Spectre, I'm with you. How's it only the 3rd? Oh, Jared's back in the chat. What's up, pal? Aloha.
2 mid-inning pitching changes. Couple now.
How often were you looking at outside sources? Well, I never hired anybody. Like, guys hire Codify or one of these people to give them heat maps, which I always thought was hilarious. But personally, I looked at everything that was publicly available. I scoured all the stuff that we had that they would let me see. They don't let you see everything. They let you see what you can. I got in trouble. The Yankees in 2019, they had a camera in center that was an Edgertronic camera, and it was approved and everything. It was legal, and it would get how guys were throwing all their pitches. So if a guy had a nasty pitch against us, I would want to go look at that. But sometimes they'd be annoyed with me looking at it because they'd be like, "You're gonna get too off track. You're gonna be doing. You just stay you." But I wanted to know how everybody did everything. That's the way my brain works. So the discovery of all the curiosity kind of drove me in that way, differently than maybe some other guys. But yeah, I guess that answers your question. I looked at a lot of public stuff, private stuff, really whatever I could look at. I've always been a little bit addicted to this stuff. And then you even think about, years ago before there was any analytics, like I was just looking for baseball articles on anything. Baseball America I'd be reading, and then, you know, all through the Fangraphs years later when there was a little bit of an awakening. Like when I saw Sean Doolittle talking about throwing fastballs up, I listened to that. And I started watching it and started noticing it. Fastball up plays. I started doing it. So it's like all stuff like that. And then also you just learn a lot by playing. So yeah, this was the old comment about the Miz psyched about the 1U. But yeah, he was. That was insane. He really freaked the F out. Maybe we can see the Contreras home run. They're still not giving me broadcast? What is this? Somebody's slow to hitting the button over there tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Getting all that TV money.
This is a good comment, and I don't think you're necessarily wrong. This is how Larry Rothschild certainly felt when he was with the Yankees. He was a little more old school. He's like, master your strengths. Stop fucking around. Stop trying to be everybody else. Just be you. Pitch. We'll get you in the right situations.
It's that much grubbier.
I mean, I get it. I get it. But, you know, for me, I'm like, I'm going to look anyway. So what are you going to do? You know, I'm like the kid that like the parent looks away and I'm like, let me go get that information off the desk. Remember the Snell reputation from years ago? They was walking too many, throwing too many pitches, like the elite tonight for sure. Yeah, I touched on this a little bit earlier. My opinion on him is it's not. I think his command's gotten better over time, but I also think, I think he. I think he's so good that it leads to more walks, and the way that manifests itself is guys fouling more pitches off that other guys would get those balls put in play against, and then eventually it leads him throwing more pitches, and then some guys don't want to swing because they can't hit him anyway, and then he has a few more walks. That's kind of the way I break it down. This is a good comment by my guy, Jared. Bought your own at your camera, and the Rockies were like, "What is this? Why are you trying to better yourself?" Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I'll tell that story sometime. But, eventually they got on board. It's all good. All right, back to here. You want to watch a little bit of Blake Trinan? Mizrowski's back out there, so you have to wait before we watch him anyway. Still throwing hard, by the way. Spoiler alert on that. All right. This is going to be extremely unfair to Blake Trinan because we're going to watch one game and we're going to try to say that we know what's going on with him. But we're going to watch it anyway. It's 12 pitches. We'll watch them all. And we'll see. Sinker. Beautiful. Backdoor sinker strike. Alec Boehm hates it, but that was a strike. Sweeper. And I do think this pitch has regressed a little bit in terms of command. He had perfect command of this thing last year when we saw him in the NLCS when he was at his best. That's yanked away, and then he's going to go back to the sinker. It's a good pitch. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good swing. But yeah, it's a little bit of bad batted ball luck. Goes up the middle, just doesn't go to a fielder. He does get it to the corner. It's not a bad pitch. I'm not going to fault Blake Trinan for that pitch. JT Realmuto at bat. Also a fantastic first pitch. Sinker down in to a righty with a choppy swing like JT. This is a ground ball to third waiting to happen. Millimeter away from getting it. Ends up hitting it foul. Sinker here. Ball in, good pitch, don't mind it. So back-to-back sinkers in. This is where it gets a little weird. Four seam? What are you trying to accomplish there? Is this like an admission that I'm running away from my sweeper because I don't feel good with my command on it? But four seam is arguably his worst pitch, and should only be used in situations where, I'll tell you how I would use it. If JT had hit this foul ball, instead of chopped it in the ground where he's clearly on top of this ball, instead of that, if he had hit it foul, if he had hit the ball foul like a normal foul ball, like a pop-up, like if he hit it like out of play this way, and he was under my sinker, then I would say, shit, if you're under my sinker, you're going to be under my four seam. But if you're on top of my sinker, you're not going to be really that far under my four seam, because then your swing is still going to make sense. It's all going to start to equal out again, if that makes sense, if you can follow my drift here. So I don't really understand this four-seam pitch. Now, he does get away with it.
That's been the narrative.
He does get away with it here. But to me, this was a damage waiting to happen, and it doesn't happen. Ball there. Now he goes back to the sweeper. Again, bad command of it. Almost works. These pitches do work. The high sweeper, but this is like not at all where he wants to go. You see the glove target from Will Smith is down here, and this pitch is like at the face height. And then here's the double. And for some reason, they go back to the 4-seam. Now, I don't remember where this pitch is, but I'm already telling you I hate this pitch call so much. He didn't show that he was way under a sinker. He didn't show he was way under a slider that was down or anything. He just saw a pitch high. That's where you're going to want to throw a 4-seam. So this is, in my opinion, not the right pitch. Of course, it's easy to say. I'm not in the moment, and I don't know what he's thinking. But JT's all over it this time, so there's a double. So I got one hit being kind of good hitting, nothing bad about it. And I got this being just some questionable pitch calling. But overall, seems to have fastball command to some extent in this game, no slider command. And then here's the third at bat. Sweeper, middle, but that's what you're trying to do there. Castellanos, I learned the hard way, like, don't throw him a fastball unless you have to, because he is always looking for a freaking fastball. So I don't mind throwing him a sweeper middle here, even though that could have been a home run and tied the game. At least he threw it over the plate. Because he got no outs in this inning. You got to start throwing strikes. And then that's the best sweeper he's thrown on the night. Beautiful 0-1 sweeper here. Strike, ball. Gets the wave. Goes for the triple up. Almost gets him. So I'm wondering what I would have done on this. So clearly he's having a hard time with the pitch off the corner away here. And there's a sense when you get a check swing like this that you could probably throw it again and get him to swing at it. So I get going back to it. But it's also interesting because obviously when a guy does this, he's pretty vulnerable inside. So that's your other option, is hard in. Anyway, he goes to the sweeper again, and sure enough, he does swing at a bad pitch. But this one's a little bit more hittable, and Castellanos is able to reach over and hit it. And the only way you do that is if you're anticipating another sweeper. So that's the mistake there, just quadrupling up on a sweeper. But again, credit to Castellanos for a good hit. So this is a mixed bag for me for Blake Treinen. He's probably feeling snake bit. He probably feels like it's not really his fault. And in this game, I don't know that it necessarily was, but there was a couple of things that, yeah, I had a little question. I had a couple question marks there about the pitch selection in that second at bat. But, you know, I'm not the one doing it, so I don't know everything. And that was, like I said, likely going to be unfair to Blake. Blake was put in because Roberts felt, quote, confident with him against Trey and gotten big outs before. I don't have a problem with that, sticking with your guy. But at the end of the day, sticking with your guy makes sense if you really believe in it. If you don't, then it doesn't make sense. So maybe he really did, and Dave just sees something that maybe I didn't see, and he's the manager of the Dodgers. He gets to make the choice. Ooh, it's the arm angle for Treinen. Let's investigate that. Got an arm angle change? You think he looks slower, Mitch?
A little bit. At least on that forcing that you showed.
So it's E before I, even on Treinen? Okay. All right, he's currently at 33. Let's see where he's been. Nah. He's actually higher than last year. 36, 35, 31, 31, 33. To me, that's pretty negligible. I mean, did we look at some of his basic stuff? First pitch strike rate. It's not elite anymore, but it's not bad. He's also hurt for a while this year, correct? Yeah, I don't think he has a ton of innings.
Every year.
Yeah, I mean, he's hurt every year. It's a good point. Definitely takes his tour of the IL seemingly every year. So, therefore, we don't have a lot of data on his regular season performance. Let's see on the movement here. All right, the two pitches to key in on are sinkers and sliders. So sinker, actually more arm side movement on the sinker this year, but less drop. And then on the sweeper, last year 15.2 glove side, this year 14.5. So a little bit less sweep action on the sweeper, and it's about the same depth. I'm not seeing a whole lot there. Speed-wise, 84. It's actually faster this year. I'm not seeing a whole lot of reasons, except it's probably command, because you can have all the stuff you want in the world and stuff helps, but it's about executing. It really is. 1.84 whip. 1.84 whip. 14.7% walk rate. That's it. So even though he's getting ahead at a decent clip, not putting guys away, ultimately walking them, it's really as simple as that. Not making quality pitches, actually, even when ahead in the count. seems to be the culprit for Blake Trinan to this point.
Maybe the heat map? Location?
Heat map.
Not much has changed between.
So it all looks normal, but it's not a huge sample this year, so that's why it's tough to lock it in. Yeah, it looks all the same. You know, what's fascinating is he was amazing with the cutter for a stretch there. That could be something. For a little while, the cutter was a big part of his game. This year, down to 11.2%. Last year, 16. Year before that, 30. In 2021, he was throwing 30% cutters. Maybe he felt like that contributed to some of his arm injuries. I don't know. Interesting to move away from the cutter and towards the four seam. It's actually something I thought was a good move for me to make. I thought my cutter kind of stunk, but Trinan had a pretty good cutter at one point. We'll say that. All right. Mizorowski just threw a second inning. We'll watch that in a second. Michael Bush had got to face him. He's in there. Ooh, we got a pronunciation expert in the chat. Daniel Brown. I'm pretty sure it's Nick Castellanos, not Lanos. Yeah, you're right. I pronounced it like a gringo. I'll give you credit for that. Miz feeling like the Adam Dunn of pitchers right now. 3 true outcomes. All right, let's go over to the Miz real quick. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here in a minute because it's 1:30, hour 30 in. My neck's starting to hurt. I got another show to do in the morning when we have more information. Because there's no way I'm making it the whole game, but this has been fun. All right, let's watch a little bit of this. Second inning that Mizorowski pitches. This is the 4th. So we're watching all of his pitches. This is fun. Well, PCA gets screwed there with the high heater. Ooh, he's really slowed down in the second inning. 100.8. I don't know how he's ever going to get outs with that. 101.4 coming here. Ball. I think he just goes 4 heaters. Yeah, 4 heaters. And it's a little unfair because the umpire kind of makes PCA have to swing at that, but that's electric. See ya.
He swings at that anyways.
Yeah, he was going to swing anyway. You're right. Dansby. Nice pitch. So the power of getting strike 1, it's unanimous. It works for everybody. Oof. Actually looks way more dialed in with his command in this second inning. Those are really two really good pitches. That makes 3 really perfectly placed fastballs in a row. 0-2 count there. Now 103.4 showing he's still got it in the tank. Holy cow. Yo. That was almost a perfect pitch.
Stays alive.
And he goes fastball in. How did he hit that? We just had a double doink, double kill. Yeah, Dansby. Credit to Dansby for getting the bat to that. There's the curveball, nowhere near on the curveball, and then curveball again. Popped up. Oh my God, is he fist pumping on that? I love it. This kid's juiced up. Let's watch Miz from the side here. Do we see a little something here? Dude, his reactions are so funny. I love it because they're him. I just like people to be their authentic selves. This is who this guy is, and I kind of love it. But it's just he's such a goober, and it's so funny to watch. Watch this. Yeah.
It's like he pulled his favorite Charizard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when he pulled the Charizard card. Yeah. Good call. Damn. All right, so another first pitch strike here, 102-1. I have to say, he does look great in this inning. If this is the way Jacob's going to throw, he's going to be a big factor. Big factor. And I love him in this role in the mid game. You pick the right moment for him and you unleash fury. This is a backup slider. This probably hurt Contreras' thumb quite a bit. Tough pitch to catch. All right, 2-1. So now he pokes back out again a little bit here with a walk, huh? These pitches are awfully close, though.
That's another walk.
Does it sound different at 104? Probably. It's probably hissing like over the crowd. I don't know. Pretty fast. All right, here's the Michael Bush. So he finally gets himself in the game. This guy's been red hot. Council made the move to play JT today. Ooh, Miz gets balled on that, and then did he hit this ball hard? No, 93-2. He's under a pitch down, so good play by Chorio over here by the wall. And a really good inning by Mizorowski. I think he's going to keep going, I would bet. I would definitely guess that. Palencia's in there, meanwhile, doing the thing on the other side. Came in a fireman roll here versus Vaughn. He also throws quite fast. Every team has at least somebody now who's like a 100, 101, 102 guy. Here's a slider, and then another 100-mile-an-hour heater. Andrew Vaughn just missed the second home run there. He got beat just a little bit by that velo. Oh, look at that. He squares it. It's off the label. Sorry. First, let's just see. He knew he didn't get it. Here's the double doink. Do we have broadcast for this? No, but we can see it from the other angle. 2 men are down. Everybody's hurt. Everybody needs the cold spray or the ice pack. 104.3 Classic Rock. That's what I was saying. Classic Rock. It's time to get the lead out when Mizorowski pitches. All right. So tomorrow we got a couple big games coming your way. We'll talk about them in the morning on Baseball and Coffee for sure. It's the American League games, Yankees and Jays. Jays up 2-0 in the series, obviously. Just Joey Ortiz just got a hit. He just told the dugout that they can't see him. And it's first and second, 1 out. Maybe I'll stick around for the rest of this inning, see if the Brewers extend this lead. God, they're an annoying team. They get down 3-0, and now they're winning 4-3 in the mid-game with Mizorowski looking great. God, they're annoying. And they're good. They're really good at it. So, yeah, so there's those American League games tomorrow. Also, Seattle, Detroit. There's no games in this series, correct? Yeah, so nothing tomorrow on this. And then, how did I get to that game? Then we got everybody on the 8th if they're all still playing.
They need that travel day to drive 2 hours.
All right, so 10-12 would be a definite off day. I'm trying to think. I want to get like a writer on the show to talk series, but before they start. I did talk to Dylan Betances today on text. I think we're gonna have him on Baseball and Coffee on Wednesday morning. I wanted him on tomorrow night, being that the Yankees are playing, but he's actually going to the game, so he'll have the report on the ground. But then we'll talk to him the next day. We'll talk Yankees stuff mostly, but some other stuff too. He'll be a good guest for sure. Palencia versus Chourio right now. It's interesting how they're going to get to the finish line in this game. The Cubs have an awful lot of innings to pitch to get. They have a lot of outs to get. Palencia, this is going to be it for him, I'm sure. And then they're going to have to go to some combination of relievers the rest of the way. Ashby, Mears, Mizorowski will probably take him another inning or two, depending on how good he is. And so maybe the Brewers are better set up now if the lead holds for an inning or two here. But we'll see. Ooh, Chourio. Oh, Chourio just went 3-run homer to center. Unbelievable swing. I'm glad we stayed on for this. This is great. He's so freaking good at baseball, Jackson Chourio. How old is this guy now? Is he 22, 21?
2, maybe 1, 2.
I think he might be 1. Cubs now in deep doo-doo. I agree. Deep doo-doo now. The Brewers are freaking good, man. Jackson Chourio is currently 21 years and 209 days old. He is that freaking good, and that is why they knew to sign him up. You're right, before it even happened. So this inning got a little interesting. Ground out, hit by pitch, strikeout, then a Joey Ortiz single, and then the Chourio homer. We have to watch it from here because it's not up yet. But that first pitch was 100.8, second pitch 100.5. Does he just try to fastball him here? 3 in a row, 100.5 again. He says, I'm going 101.4. Oh my God, that was a loud noise, I bet, off the bat. 103.9 only. I thought that was going to be like 110. How did that carry that far?
The Brewers,
The Brewers got some wind currents going on in their stadium. Ooh, people are already calling it Henson, Burke, Fawcett, series over. I mean, it's a little early to say that, but this is not a good scenario for the Cubs. This is not going according to plan. Man, Jackson Chourio. This freaking guy rakes. I saw it last year in the postseason against us with the Metros. Freaking Oppo Tacos. 2 of them. 20 years old. This ball's impacted. I know I've watched it a bunch of times, but wow. What a swing. And you want to talk about being quiet? What does he do in his swing? He does almost nothing. That's the load. That's the load. This is, you want to be elite? Have this load. Not a lot can go wrong with that move. And then wham. And yes, this is true. He's a problemo. Great comment. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Great show. We'll see what's going on the rest of the night. Brewers just broke it open. We are currently at what time? We are currently at, is it 7-3? Yeah, 7-3. What inning are we in? The 4th inning or something? 4th inning, 7-3. No bueno. Long game. It's going to go on for way too long. Tomorrow we'll watch the American Leaguers, and we'll discuss this game more on Baseball and Coffee. So thanks for hanging. You guys are the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Adios, personas.